Good morning. Hi. Today I want to talk about some thrift flips that I am hoping to tackle this week. I kind of usually have a pile of things that I'm meaning to mend or alter or dye or whatever in some way that I just kind of let pile up until they reach a critical mass, and then I tackle them all at once. I'm going to try to do as many of them as I can today, and we will see how far we get. So the first one, I mentioned in my last video, this little tank top. It's just a basic tank top. But the color I really don't like. It's kind of like a mushroom color, but in a more beige way. Like even a gray mushroom I think can be good, but this one is plain in every way, but it is a good shape. So we're gonna try to change the color. I have a lot of red dye already in my laundry room, and so we're just gonna try to see what color combinations we can make with the colors that I already have. I also have a vision for this of maybe doing some type of embroidery around the hem, or even maybe adding some sort of like applique or something to the front of it. Not sure yet how that will end up, but that is an option. Again, I would love to just use something that I already have, but we'll have to dig through the drawers. These are a little more special. This dress is one that I thrifted months ago. It is a beautiful, beautiful dress that I got for $6.79 from Savers. You see, I have not even taken this tag off. I did a TikTok about my ideas for altering this dress and also this one that I have here. I've already processed my feelings about chopping up these vintage dresses. I feel okay with it. If you disagree, you're free to do so, but I'm just gonna go for it, and I will save the extra fabric for something else down the line. I decided that I want to just make this into a top. It reminds me of a top from Nikki Chasin. I think it's called the Smith jacket, and it's so beautiful. I did not buy this dress with the intention of making it into a dress like that, but I think it's actually, like, the shape is a perfect analog to that. So what I'm going to try to do, thanks to a suggestion from my wonderful friend, is to just unpick the seam here, unpick the seam that is attached to the skirt, and just see how that comes out, if the hem is finished enough to function as a top. And then another option, okay, something else I'm probably going to do is remove the shoulder pads. These ones are not too bulky, but it's just like the shoulder has plenty of puff without a shoulder pad. Something I might also consider is removing this collar. That's going to look more similar to the Smith jacket, but I'm just gonna make it into a top first, and then I'll see how I feel about the collar. That's that one. My vision for this dress is based on a photo that I saw once and didn't screenshot, didn't save, but you'll just have to trust that it was really cute and really inspirational. So this is another cotton maxi dress that seems to be from the 80s. That's what I'm guessing based on this tag and the style of it. It's kind of like 80s does 50s. And it's a very cute, long, like midi length dress, but the thing about me that I know is that I just don't wear midi dresses. I am a short dress girl. I'm gonna chop this one into a midi dress. Probably, it has this belt. I will probably be wearing it without the belt. So we're just gonna chop that up. That's all there is to it. The other thing that I forgot to disclose is that I don't have a sewing machine. So that might be crazy. You might be thinking, clothes are made by sewing. How are you going to fix your clothes without sewing? I have shortened dresses in the past, and I just hand sew them, and it works. Probably a lot slower. It probably looks wonkier, but I don't know how to sew with a sewing machine, and someday I will. That will be a great day for me. I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun with it, but right now it's just not something that I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to start the dyeing process first, and then just let that kind of boil while we start unpicking the seams from the dresses. So let me show you my dye collection. There they are. There's the whole family. So we should be able to do something with all of those. My first step when ideating for dyes is to go to the RIT website and just like, they have a PDF there that has all of these color recipes or color formulas that you can look through and find something that interests you. Then I'm browsing my thrift flip board on Pinterest to see if I can just, like, if anything strikes me as interesting. I love these little fish guys.
I'm liking, yeah, these kind of shapes with the like blanket stitch edge. If I was really brave, I would do that. I don't think I am though. Then I just go to my regular Pinterest. Here I'm just browsing like anything that sticks out to me as like an outfit that I like, a color that I like, to just remind myself what I'm drawn to. Even though I love to dye, colors are hard. There's a lot of colors that I find kind of difficult to work with in outfits, and so that really limits my options. So here's me trying it on, just so you can get an idea of how it fits. I'm feeling, after browsing Pinterest and looking at some ideas, I'm feeling like what it needs is something sparkly. Here we have my special pot from the thrift store that I use only for dyeing. The rest of my house is a disaster because I'm neglecting my duties to focus on my art. If you've never used RIP before and you have questions, I literally just do exactly what it says to do on the back of the bottle. So here is the length of the dress currently. This is not really on, I'm just holding it up. I'm just trying to figure out how short I want it to be. So it does have pockets, which is beautiful. Gotta get the entire pocket in the length, which goes about to here. I'm kind of feeling like I want it to be just about even with the bottom of the pocket, like no longer than that. And I might just kind of use this the buttons to measure how far down I want it to go. Like, it feels like this button, like a little bit below this button is about right. Or we could do, you know, the high-low style. And then I think I want to also remove these belt loops and add like a little clasp to the inside of the waist so that it doesn't pull, because I'm just not really that interested in wearing it with the belt. But I feel like this will be so cute. We're cutting it off at this polka dot, and that is as precise as we get here. Here's my first chop, and this was just to kind of get the idea of the length in the front, but since I just cut it straight across, it hangs down on the sides. I honestly kind of like this shape, and now I'm gonna have to consider if I want to keep it this way or not. But I feel like this length feels pretty good. I don't know that I would want it to be shorter. I don't know. Lots to think about. Here's the current shape of it. I trimmed off most of the hem where it pointed down on the sides, but left it a little bit in that shape. And I think I do like it this way. I'm worried that I made it a little short in the back, but we always wear bike shorts with our dress anyway, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, here at the not the thrift store. I wish I was at the thrift store. I'm at the craft store. I'm going to be looking for something to bedazzle my tank top. I did end up dyeing it sort of a charcoal gray color because I feel like the vibe that I want now is the darker, like a dark neutral tank, and then sorry, I'll turn my car off. A darker neutral tank top with a like metallic element, whether that's like a sort of seashell iridescent button, you know, the one I'm talking about, or like a metal bead or grommet type of thing, something like that. I feel like is what I want. That would add a pop of texture. I wrote a Substack about the concept of the pop of texture, which I'm sure I didn't invent that concept, but I felt like I invented it, so I wrote something about it, if you like to read. And metal is a really good one for that. I'm actually wearing metal studded shoes today because I just feel like it adds some interest. I guess like the tank top version of the shoes that I'm wearing today is what I'm trying to create. unpicked the skirt and I am loving how it looks. My room is just growing messier and messier behind me as I tackle these crafts, but yeah, I think this is so cute. I love the little point. Like, I love the shape here, and even the shape in the back is similar. Now the question is ruffle or no ruffle. I just tucked it in just to visualize. And, you know, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to chop it off, or rather unpick it. I just really like the more simple shape, and I feel like it looks better on me without it. I just feel like I mean, these sleeves are already giving so much volume in the shoulders. The ruffle is even like taking it to the max, and I just think I can see myself wearing this a lot just as in the more simple iteration. So I think I might have to tackle that. Our tank top is dyed and washed and ready to go. One thing I like about dyeing is that the color ends up not completely uniform, which I think is cool. And then it also usually doesn't dye the threads. I think that's because the thread is often polyester and the material is cotton. And so the thread doesn't take the dye. So I feel like that usually results in also just another kind of interesting element. And then I ended up getting a bunch of these little buttons, so I'm gonna kind of organize them. Forgot to show you, I also snagged this, which is technically a button, but I feel like it could be a cute pin. Here's the vision coming to life, and I think it's actually really, really cute.
You have to drink this and eat this.
Oh, okay.
Thrift flip extravaganza progress update. We have the blues polka dot dress is finished. I have unpicked the full skirt from the floral dress, liking the shape of that. On the agenda for today is to finish unpicking the collar, sew back up both of those seams, and then get to work on the dyeing the shirt and adding buttons. So I think that I may actually re-dye the tank top. Once it dried, I just like wasn't really in love with the color of it. I feel like I want it to be a slightly different gray, and so we're gonna play around with that.
I think when they say they just don't make them like they used to, I think they're talking about seams, because I have every single seam that I have unpicked for this dress has gone like three layers deep. Like there's 3 rows of stitches when I would have thought that there could be just one. But that's, you know, that's craftsmanship. And then I realized that I was just dumb because I've been unpicking all of these stitches one by one, when in fact you can kind of just do that. Wow! Technology! Wow, look at that. I'm regretting none of my choices right now. I think everything that I did to this was absolutely the right call. I'm really, really loving it. And it is just like, it is a perfect fit, perfect shape. So yeah, once I had unpicked the seam here, that collar just kind of ripped right off, and the seams are loose. I need to stitch these back up, but I feel like that'll be a piece of cake. I mean, it will take a while by hand, but I really think it's cute and I am loving this. Now I have this little thing, this collar, Could still be a collar for another shirt. It could be something. Honestly, this is kind of cute. Little peplum something. I also have all of this material from the skirt that feels like I should do something with it. This is where my skill as a hand sewist is out of its depth. I feel like this would be like cute as a dress itself with just like spaghetti straps. It still has the pockets too, so like as a dress with armpit pockets, and it's better than no pockets. Look, my stitching does not look great. I would not be selling this product for money online and expecting like a 5-star review. But from afar, it really looks perfectly fine.
When I do art with kids, they get so sick for a tiny bit of gold because we're not flying.
Okay, the lighting's not great here, but if you can see, I did re-dye the shirt. It looks a lot splotchier in this video than it does in real life, but just trust me, I do like the color a lot better. I like how you can see the contrast of the thread a lot more clearly. Also considering a fun thread color, just for some contrast. Good morning, it is Friday. I finished all of my projects.
Do you love strawberries?
Do I love strawberries? Yeah. I have finished all my projects of the week and I'm going to try them all on today. I love strawberries. Oh, do you guys love strawberries? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to try all of these outfits on. I'm gonna do it here in front of my shelves because we are actually moving in 2 weeks. We are buying a new house, which is very exciting, but I'm really going to miss these shelves. This is probably the main thing that I'm going to miss from this house. So I will go get dressed right now. My perfect new little blue polka dot dress. I kept it kind of poking down at the sides because I thought that shape was just kind of interesting. And I really like it. It's so comfortable. It's 100% cotton. It has pockets. It is the perfect summer dress. I styled it here exactly according to my vision with the little white socks and black loafers, and I just feel like this is the perfect 80s inspired look without being so 80s, and I just love it. And here I just added some accessories, like the same accessories that I basically add to every single outfit. I feel like this dresses it down a little bit. It makes it something I would wear every day. And then I had the idea of adding this sweater, not for summer obviously, but for like a fall or a spring outfit. I think this is extremely adorable. Like I kind of am impatient for fall now because I just want to wear this so bad. Now my little button and dyed tank top turned out like this. I did sort of a farmer's market inspired outfit with my big woven basket, and then otherwise just styled it with like basic sporty shorts and my silver Onitsuka tigers, which you can't really see in most of these clips. I'm not totally sure how I feel about the tank top itself. Like the buttons don't quite have the impact that I wanted them to have, but it's still cute. And for my new floral puff sleeve top, I actually just kept the same shorts and shoes to try for a mix of different 80s aesthetics that I think actually works pretty well together. More realistically though, I think I would just wear it a lot with jeans, and this is the thing that I really like about having made it into a top rather than a dress. The dress is just like so fancy, so formal, so girly, so flouncy, and if I can just use it as a top, a separate top and bottom, then it gives more options to sort of dress it down with a more masculine bottom. And then I also had to try it with my ARC pants from Le Bon Shop, and it looks great because these pants look great with everything. I'm truly so happy and so surprised with how well all of these came out. I thought I would love them, but I didn't expect to love them so much. I feel like both of the pieces that I made from these dresses are things that I will keep in my closet forever, even if I stop wearing them, even if they don't fit me anymore. I feel like these are things that I will keep for my daughters to wear, like I hope they will like enter a funky fashion phase at some point in their lives and be like, whoa, look what's in my mom's closet, you know? Like I really dream of that. In the comments, I would love for you to rank my thrift flips in order from best to worst. Don't feel bad about saying that one is worse. I can handle it. But I would love to know what you thought. And like, subscribe, you know the deal. If you want to see more of my videos, bye.